it's time to do the gameplay. There's actually two types of gameplay, battle and normal or basic gameplay. So first thing we're going to focus on is basic gameplay. The basic idea is pretty simple. You can do two things on your turtle. One of those things is to roll your dice. And for the welcome pack, you get to have a special custom dice that has all the possible characters. For example, our guy Terror is right over here at the 3 dice. Of course, I rolled a 5. We all saw that. So that means I can move 5 spaces. Now, for movement, you have to move all 5 spaces. For example, I could just go 1 and be done. That's not allowed. If I want to move over here, I might have to scoovy on over a bit. Maybe count out the pieces to get a good idea. Such as going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, depending on how you set up your board, it can be pretty easy to get to a location or incredibly hard. Now, when you land on a card, you flip it over. This is called discovering a card. So this card is now discovered. And you keep the card at the direction wherever it's flipped at. You don't really rotate it. Kind of stays like this. So keep track when you pick up pieces to be able to read them. So every single one of these tiles is going to have different texts on here. We have the title text, which is there mostly to sound cool and to help you Google them if you want to. And some really cool flavor text. And then the actual, meat of the game, which is going to be either big text and small text. The way it works is that you have to go do the big text. It says roll a die. It means you have to take the die and roll it. So once again, I got a 5. I'm very good at rolling 5s. And then you have to go read the small text. If 3 are under, take in the sight, skip your next turn. Else, terrorize away and move to an adjacent tile. So the way how that works, putting this back to the position it was before, because of course 5 is bigger than 3, means that I can move to any of the tiles touching this one. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different tiles to pick from. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm just going to move to this tile. For this one as well, I'm going to have to go read the text. This one, as you can see, doesn't have any small text. Instead, it only has big text. So the first thing I'm going to do is draw an item. Whoosh! And then the next thing I want to do is lose 3 HP. 3. And then once again, I can move to adjacent tile. I can go back up, or I could go to this one, but I might as well keep on my roll and roll and open another one right over here, which is Corlia. Roll a die. This time I got a 5 again. Is this dice weighted or what? If odd, remove a status affliction. If even, draw an item. I don't really remember how that was, but if you're playing the game, make sure to remember. Anyway, this is odd, and I don't have any status afflictions, so that means that is basically over. Now my turn isn't necessarily over yet, as the other thing I can do in my turn, other than rolling a die and move it around until you're unable to move, is that I can either use an item or an ability. So an ability, not a lot of cards have this, but an ability is a text on the top of your card, normally with a color, and it'll say ability and the name. You can only use an ability once, and most of the cards that have an ability are a little bit weaker than cards without an ability. So for example, Terror and Shalila, both of them have an ability, but both of their attacks are a little bit odd, being like this one right here. You could go as low as 1 damage for your special attack, and it doesn't even have a normal attack. Versus Shalila, her special attack only does 1, and her normal attack does only 1, while her special skill has a mystery component to it. If you remember, we had drawn this card right here. Let's go look at it. It says that I can attack other players and make them lose HP. And just looking at this, I might as well just use this right now. No reason not to. So what it does is that all players, including myself, who are non-machine types, I am a blue right here with a little creature in the corner. That makes me fluffy. And Shalila is also blue fluffy. So it means both of us are not machine types. We all have to roll a die. If we are even, we lose the amount of HP that we rolled. So I'm going to roll myself. And I got 2 even. So I have to go down my HP by 2. And now I'm going to pretend I'm Shalila. And she is going to roll. Oh, she rolled a 6. That's a lot of HP she's going to lose. Bam, she's all the way down to 11. And then, of course, it'd be Shalila's turn, where she would roll her dice, move around with a 5 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, with talking about how Shalila set up the space, I could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would be okay. But you cannot do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can't go backwards onto a tile you've just left. You basically can only continue going forward. So this, continue going forward. This, not allowed. And then, of course, you would flip that over and continue that. That is the basic gameplay.